You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we will explore how web browsers handle extensions, password saving, and default settings. These features allow users to customize their browsing experience, save login credentials, and tailor how their browser behaves at startup. This episode focuses on the vocabulary and functionality associated with these settings, not how to configure them. For the IT Fundamentals Plus exam, you'll need to recognize terms like extension, saved password, and default browser configuration. Understanding how these features work will help you answer questions about browser behavior and troubleshooting. This topic appears in Domain 3 of the IT Fundamentals Plus certification under Web Browser Settings and Usage. The exam may ask you to identify the function of a browser extension, match password management features to their descriptions, or choose the correct default setting for a particular use case. You will not be expected to install extensions or access advanced settings. Instead, you should focus on understanding how these tools affect user experience and system behavior in basic web environments. Browser extensions are small software modules that enhance or modify browser functionality. They are installed through browser-specific extension stores and run within the browser environment. Common examples of extensions include ad blockers, grammar checkers, shopping comparison tools, and password managers. Extensions are popular because they let users add features that are not built into the browser by default. Users can enable, disable, or remove extensions through the browser settings or extension manager menu. Most browsers provide a dedicated section where extensions are listed and managed. Disabling an extension may help troubleshoot browser problems or identify the source of a performance issue. Extensions can be temporarily turned off or removed entirely if they are no longer needed. While extensions are useful, they can also impact browser performance. Some extensions consume memory or increase load times. Others may conflict with websites or with each other, causing unexpected behavior. For example, an ad blocker might interfere with website formatting, or two security extensions might cause delays when loading a page. The exam may include scenarios where disabling extensions is suggested as a way to resolve browser issues. Password management is a feature built into most modern web browsers. When you log into a new website, the browser may offer to save your username and password for future visits. This stored information can be used to autofill login forms, saving time and reducing the need to remember multiple credentials. Saved passwords can be synced across devices or stored locally, depending on user preferences and browser settings. There are several benefits to using password saving tools. They speed up access to frequently visited sites and reduce login frustration. They also help enforce more secure password habits by encouraging users to use different passwords for different sites without needing to memorize them all. However, password saving is an optional feature and can be disabled at any time for privacy or security reasons. Users can manage saved passwords by opening the browser settings menu and navigating to the password section. There, they can view saved credentials, delete outdated entries, or update login information. Browsers often protect this information by requiring the system login password or a master password before viewing or editing credentials. Some websites block autofill for security reasons, requiring users to enter login details manually. Default browser settings refer to the configuration the browser uses when first installed. These defaults include which homepage is shown on startup, which search engine is used in the address bar, and where downloaded files are saved. Users can customize these settings to better match their preferences and needs, improving usability without changing browser functionality. Customizable defaults include changing the default search engine from Bing to Google or vice versa, setting the home page to a specific website or a blank tab, and selecting a different folder for downloaded files. These changes are made in the browser's settings menu and affect the user experience each time the browser is opened. Being familiar with what counts as a default setting will help you identify correct answers on the exam. Exam questions related to browser settings may ask where a setting is found or what a specific feature does. For example, a question might ask what an extension is used for or where to change the default search engine. Other questions might describe a scenario where a browser is running slowly and ask what feature could be disabled to improve performance. These scenarios test your understanding of browser settings in real-world situations. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Browsers also include an option to reset all settings to their original defaults. This feature is useful when the browser begins to behave unpredictably or when performance issues arise. Resetting the browser removes customizations, disables extensions, and restores the default search engine, homepage, and startup behavior. It is typically found in the Advanced or Troubleshooting section of the Browser Settings menu. The IT Fundamentals Plus exam may reference this feature in scenarios related to resolving unexpected browser problems. Security is an important consideration when using saved passwords. If a device is shared or not secured with a login password, other users may be able to access saved credentials. To reduce risk, many browsers encrypt saved passwords and require re-authentication before they can be viewed. Some also offer the option to prompt users before auto-filling credentials on login pages. These features are designed to protect personal data, and while the exam does not require configuration steps, it may include questions about these protections. Syncing saved browser data requires users to log in with a browser-specific account. Once enabled, this feature allows extensions, saved passwords, bookmarks, and other settings to be copied across all connected devices. For example, a user who adds a new extension or updates a saved password on their laptop will see those changes appear on their smartphone or tablet. This provides consistency and convenience, especially for users who switch between devices frequently. Startup page settings give users control over what the browser does when it first opens. Some users prefer to load the last session with all previously opened tabs. Others may set the home page to a favorite website or news source. Another option is to start with a blank tab. These settings can affect how quickly the browser loads and whether users are immediately presented with relevant content. Questions on the IT Fundamentals Plus exam may refer to these settings when describing browser behavior or performance. Unwanted extensions or toolbars are sometimes added to browsers without the user's direct consent. These can slow down the browser, cause crashes, or redirect search results. Fortunately, browsers provide an extension manager that allows users to view and remove any installed add-ons. If a browser begins to act strangely or run slowly, removing unwanted extensions is often one of the first steps in troubleshooting. The exam may describe these issues and ask what action should be taken to restore performance. Browsers are updated regularly to fix bugs, improve security, and introduce new features. In most modern systems, these updates occur automatically in the background. However, major updates may also change the layout of settings menus or introduce changes to how features behave. Keeping the browser up to date ensures compatibility with modern websites and maintains access to the latest tools. The IT Fundamentals Plus exam may refer to browser versioning as part of general software maintenance topics. Customization settings allow users to modify how the browser looks and feels. These include adjusting font size, choosing a light or dark theme, setting tab behavior, and changing how links open. While these settings do not affect functionality, they improve user comfort and efficiency. For example, a user may increase font size for better readability, or enable tabs to reopen from the last session. These customization tools are briefly covered in this episode and will be explored in greater detail in the next. Several topics are not included on the IT Fundamentals Plus exam. You will not be asked to create or write browser extensions, use scripting tools, or access developer panels. The exam does not test knowledge of third-party extension development or browser console commands. Its focus is on identifying standard browser tools and understanding how they support customization, usability, and password management. Keeping this in mind helps streamline your study approach. Important terms to recognize for this topic include extension, default browser, saved password, and autofill. You should also be familiar with terms such as homepage, search engine, sync, and startup page. These terms may appear directly in questions or be part of scenarios that describe browser behavior. Knowing the meaning of each term and how it affects the browser experience will help you answer confidently and accurately. To summarize, modern browsers offer tools for feature expansion through extensions, convenient access through saved passwords, and personalized behavior through default settings. Users can adjust startup behavior, choose their search engine, manage login data, and remove unwanted add-ons. The IT Fundamentals Plus exam does not test your ability to configure these settings, but expects you to recognize and define them. Understanding browser terminology and function is essential for exam success and for helping users navigate common browser scenarios. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.